Question 1. What is the total estimated expenditure proposed in the Union Budget 2026-27 presented on 1st February? Correct answer, 53.47 lakh rupees crore. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman proposed a total expenditure of 53.47 lakh rupees crore for the fiscal year 2026-27. Question 2. What is the fiscal deficit target set for the financial year 2026-27? Correct answer, 4.3%. The government set a fiscal deficit target of 4.3% of GDP, continuing the path of fiscal consolidation. Question 3. In the 2026 budget, the government allocated a record outlay for defense. What is the total amount? Correct answer, 7.85 lakh rupees crore. Defense services received a record 7.85 lakh rupees crore boost, the highest ever allocation for the sector. Question 4. Which new scheme was announced in the budget to develop India as a global manufacturing hub for pharmaceuticals? Correct answer, Biopharma Shakti. The Biopharma Shakti scheme was announced with an outlay of 10,000 crore rupees to boost high-end pharma manufacturing. Question 5. Under Budget 2026, rare earth corridors are proposed to be established in which group of states? Correct answer, Odisha, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. The government proposed these corridors to promote the mining and processing of critical minerals in these specific mineral-rich states. Question 6. The government announced the launch of ISM 2.0 in February 2026. What does ISM stand for? Correct answer, India Semiconductor Mission. India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 was launched to focus on equipment manufacturing and supply chain fortification. Question 7. How much capital expenditure, CAPEX, has been allocated for infrastructure in the 2026-27 budget? Correct answer, 12.2 lakh rupees crore. The public capital expenditure was raised to 12.2 lakh rupees crore to drive infrastructure-led growth. Question 8. A new SME Growth Fund was introduced in the budget to create champion enterprises. What is its corpus? Correct answer, 10,000 crore rupees. The 10,000 crore rupees SME Growth Fund aims to provide risk capital to help SMEs scale into global competitors. Question 9. The RBI Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, in February 2026 kept the repo rate unchanged at. Correct answer, 6.50%. The RBI decided to maintain the status quo, keeping the repo rate at 6.50% to manage inflation. Question 10. Which scheme was expanded in the budget to help women SHG members become enterprise owners? Correct answer, Lakhpati Didi. Building on the success of Lakhpati Didi, the government proposed She Marts to help women transition to enterprise ownership. Question 11. Prime Minister Narendra Modi renamed the Adampur Airport in Punjab after which personality in February 2026? Correct answer, Guru Ravidas. The airport was renamed Guru Ravidas Maharaj Ji Airport during an inauguration ceremony. Question 12. Which Indian city hosted the India AI Impact Summit 2026 from February 16th to 20th? Correct answer, New Delhi. The summit was held at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi, focusing on inclusive AI growth. Question 13. Indian Coast Guard Day is celebrated on 1st February. Which anniversary did it mark in 2026? Correct answer, 50th. 1st February 2026 marked the Golden Jubilee, 50th anniversary of the Indian Coast Guard. Question 14. Which wetland from Gujarat was recently added to India's Ramsar Sites list in February 2026? Correct answer, Charidhan. The Charidhan Conservation Reserve in Kutch, Gujarat, was designated as a Ramsar Site. Question 15. The 39th India International Leather Fair, IILF, was held in which city in February 2026? Correct answer, Chennai. The fair was organized in Chennai, a major hub for India's leather industry. Question 16. Which state received the National Award for Best State for Promotion of Aviation Ecosystem at Wings India 2026? Correct answer, Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh was recognized for its rapid development of regional airports and aviation infrastructure. Question 17. The 6th National Rafting Championship 2026 was held on which river? Correct answer, Chenab. The championship, titled The Ultimate River Battle, was held on the Chenab River. Question 18. Operation Sindoor, which influenced the 2026 budget's defense hike, was primarily a mission related to? Correct answer, submarine safety. Operation Sindoor was a major naval initiative focused on strengthening India's underwater deterrent capabilities. Question 19. Which state's Patna Bird Sanctuary was added to the Ramsar list in February 2026? Correct answer, Uttar Pradesh. The Patna Bird Sanctuary is located in the Etah district of Uttar Pradesh. Question 20. The Vibrant Villages Program to VVP2 focuses on the development of villages in which region? Correct answer, Northern Border Areas. VVP2 aims to improve the infrastructure and livelihood of villages along India's northern borders. Question 21. ISRO's Liquid Propulsion Systems Center, LPSC, got a new director in February 2026. Who is he? Correct answer, M. Mohan. M. Mohan was appointed as the new director of LPSC. Question 22. The Indian Navy organized the IONS Conclave of Chiefs 2026 in which city? Correct answer, Vishakhapatnam. The Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, IONS, Conclave was held in Vishakhapatnam. Question 23. Exercise Agni Pariksha 2026 is a joint training exercise between which two forces? Correct answer, Indian Army and Singapore Army. It is a bilateral artillery exercise involving the Indian Army and the Singapore Army. Question 24. Which Indian organization signed an MoU to supply carbon fabrics for space missions in February 2026? Correct answer, Agnivastra. Agnivastra signed the pact to provide high-performance composite materials for aerospace use. Question 25. India was designated as the country of the year at which global trade fair in February 2026? Correct answer, BioFact 2026. India was the spotlight country at BioFact, the world's leading trade fair for organic food in Germany. Question 26. The Bharat Bodhan AI Conclave 2026 focused on developing AI in which sector? Correct answer, Indic languages. The conclave focused on creating indigenous large language models, LLMs, for Indian languages. Question 27. Which Indian state launched the Vanjivi Didi initiative for forest conservation in February 2026? Correct answer, Jharkhand. Jharkhand launched this initiative to involve women in local forest protection and biodiversity management. Question 28. India joined which US-led coalition for critical minerals and electronic supply chains in February 2026? Correct answer, PAX Silica. India formally joined the PAX Silica framework to secure semiconductor supply chains. Question 29. The inaugural Shooting League of India (SLI) began in which city in February 2026? Correct answer, New Delhi. The franchise-based Shooting League started its first edition at the Dr. Karni Singh Range. Question 30. National Science Day, 28 February 2026 was celebrated with which theme? Correct answer, Indigenous Tech for Viksit Bharat. The theme emphasized India's self-reliance in technological advancements. Question 31. Which team won the Ranji Trophy 2025-26 title in February 2026? Correct answer, Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir made history by winning their maiden Ranji Trophy title. Question 32. India won the SAFF Under-19 Women's Championship 2026 by defeating which country 4-0? Correct answer, Bangladesh. India dominated the final against Bangladesh to lift the trophy. Question 33. Who captained the Indian team to the SAFF Under-19 Women's Championship 2026 title? Correct answer, Anvita Raghurman. Anvita Raghurman led the team to their victory in the South Asian tournament. Question 34. India finished first in the medal tally at the World Para Athletics Grand Prix 2026 with how many total medals? Correct answer, 208. India topped the table with a massive haul of 208 medals, 75 gold, 69 silver, 64 bronze. Question 35. Which Indian boxer marched into the quarterfinals of the Asian Boxing Championships 2026 in February? Correct answer, Aditya Pratap Yadav. Aditya Pratap Yadav secured a 5-0 win over his Saudi opponent to advance in the 65 kg category. Question 36. Who won the ICC Men's T20I Cricketer of the Year award for 2025, announced February 2026? Correct answer, Suryakumar Yadav. Suryakumar Yadav won the award for his phenomenal performance in the shortest format. Question 37. The 68th Annual Grammy Awards saw an Indian win for Best Global Music Album by which group? Correct answer, Shakti. The fusion band Shakti won the award, marking a proud moment for Indian music globally. Question 38. Which legendary Indian musician won a Grammy Award in February 2026 at the age of 90? Correct answer, Dalai Lama. The 14th Dalai Lama won a Grammy in the Best Spoken Word Poetry Album category. Question 39. India played the Davis Cup 2026 World Group I qualifiers against which country in Bengaluru? Correct answer, Switzerland. The high-profile tie was held in Bengaluru in early February. Question 40. Which city hosted the 10th Meesing Youth Festival in February 2026? Correct answer, Dhemaji. The festival, celebrating Meesing tribal culture, was held in Dhemaji, Assam. Question 41. World Wetlands Day is observed on 2nd February. What was the 2026 theme? Correct answer, Wetlands and Human Well-being. The theme focused on the vital link between healthy wetlands and human health. Question 42. International Mother Language Day is observed on which date? Correct answer, 21st February. Observed on 21st February to promote linguistic and cultural diversity. Question 43. World Pulses Day 2026, 10th February, promoted pulses as a key to. Correct answer, nourishing soils and people. Pulses are highlighted for their ability to fix nitrogen and provide high protein. Question 44. The Sujakund International Crafts Mela 2026 was held in which state? Correct answer, Haryana. The world-famous crafts fair is held annually in Faridabad, Haryana. Question 45. Which Indian state inaugurated its first state-led Spice Festival in February 2026? Correct answer, Meghalaya. The Spice Festival was held in Jowai, Meghalaya, to promote local turmeric and ginger. Question 46. Who is the author of the recently launched book The World After Gaza? Correct answer, Abhijit Iyer Mitra. The book analyzes the geopolitical shifts following the West Asia crisis. Question 47. The Kala Ghoda Arts Festival is an annual cultural event held in. Correct answer, Mumbai. It is one of India's largest multicultural street art festivals held in South Mumbai. Question 48. The 16th Finance Commission, which was in news in February 2026, is headed by. Correct answer, Arvind Panagarya. The Commission is tasked with determining the tax-sharing formula between centre and states. Question 49. Which Indian state announced a target to create 5 lakh Lakhpati Didis by 2027 in its February 2026 update? Correct answer, Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh intensified its focus on the scheme following the Union Budget. Question 50. Safer Internet Day 2026 was observed on which date? Correct answer, 10th February. Observed on the second Tuesday of February to promote safe and positive use of digital technology.